And just to let everybody know, we are recording this presentation just so we are able to share it afterwards and everything. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I want to thank everybody, first of all, for attending today. I know everybody has a busy schedule. I saw some faces when I asked how the fall semester was going, and I know, it's a crazy time of year. So I do appreciate everybody taking some time out of their day to sit down with us and discuss Phi Kappa Phi. As I mentioned just a little bit ago, my name is Chloe Beaver, and I'm the Assistant Director of Chapter Relations, and I'll be presenting today. And today's session is really going to be a high level overview of the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi, um, discussing the society's foundation and the importance of chapter officers in achieving our mission. I do want to mention that today is an overview. We don't really want to call it an orientation because we are really looking at this as a celebration of our chapter officers and of Phi Kappa Phi in general. So if you are looking for a more kind of intensive or just chapter officer training information about fall enrollment, our new system, and I say new, but it's we've been working with it for a year now. But if you are looking for that, we are going to have chapter officer trainings on September 16th at 1 p.m. Central Time, and then another on September 24th at 1 p.m. Central Time. We will also be giving away a door prize to a randomly selected attendee today, just as a show of appreciation again for you taking time out of your day, but also for all the hard work you do for us and for the society. We are also going to be giving away door prizes at each of the chapter officer trainings. So, definitely register for one of those as well. Okay. And so, like I said, I kind of already introduced our team, so I kind of jumped the gun here, but um, this is our institutional and chapter relations team. Again, Rebecca, she really works more with our institutional relations, presidents, provost, and then Chip, I was about to say my own name, Chip Casey and myself, we all work with our chapters on campuses across the United States. And then Suzanne Borders, she is our director of finance. She is not technically part of our department, but she is someone that we work really closely with, and she is someone that you may receive some communications from in the future. So, just in case you see her name, I just wanted to let you know how she's connected with our team. And here is a look at today's agenda. We're going to start off by going over some of the history of Phi Kappa Phi and then take a look at what Phi Kappa Phi looks like today. We'll discuss what we do as a society and how that ties into the core values of Phi Kappa Phi. And then we're going to talk about why we do what we do as an organization and how that ties into the love of learning and our society's motto. We'll talk about the importance of our chapter officers in what we do and in achieving our mission. And then I'll go over some of the ways that we are able to support our chapter officers. And finally, we'll open up the discussion to questions and answers. Also, if you have any questions while we go through, the chat is not open for everyone to see, but it is being monitored by my team members. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat and we'll get to them once we finish the presentation. Okay, so to get started, who are we as a society or as an organization? And the most simple answer to that question is we are the nation's oldest and most selective all-discipline honor society. And going into our history a little bit, Phi Kappa Phi was founded in 1897 at the University of Maine by 10 senior students and two faculty members. The main founding members were Marcus Uran, Dr. James Stevens, and Dr. Abram W. Harris. And in creating Phi Kappa Phi, the founding members were striving to create a new kind of honor society, one that recognized excellence in all academic disciplines. By doing this, they created a society that would cover a wider range of students than any other honor society in existence at that time. Originally, Phi Kappa Phi was not named Phi Kappa Phi. It was founded as the Lambda Sigma Eta Society, but in the year 1900, the society became a national organization, and at that time, the society was also renamed Phi Kappa Phi. And we have a couple of photos here. The top photo, as you can see, is where the first organizational meeting took place in 1897 on the University of Maine's campus. And this bottom picture is a picture that was taken in 1900 of the members. One of the cool things about working here in the national office is we have a lot of access to the history and the archives and all these historical photos. So we all geek out over that sometimes. And then Phi Kappa Phi today looks a lot different than it did back in 1897. Today, the society has more than 300 chapters at campuses in the United States, its territories, and the Philippines. The society currently initiates approximately 20,000 members per year, and more than 1.75 million members have been initiated into Phi Kappa Phi since the society was founded. And we have a picture here at the bottom that shows one of our classes of new initiates from this spring, actually. So, okay. And Phi Kappa Phi is driven by the society's motto and mission. The society's motto is "Let the love of learning rule humanity," and in Greek it reads "Philosophia Krote to Photon." And the society was renamed Phi Kappa Phi in 1900 using the letters in the Greek words of the motto. The society's mission also closely follows the motto of Phi Kappa Phi, being "We are a community that celebrates and advances the love of learning." So, what is it that we do as a society? And the answer to that is excellence, community, service, and inclusivity. And these four things actually make up the core values of Phi Kappa Phi. And I have them listed here, so I'm just going to go through them real quick. Our core values: excellence, community service, and inclusivity. We strive to be the best in all that we do. We have a commitment to the love of learning that connects us in advancing, serving, and supporting education. For service, we serve our mission, but we also serve our communities and our world through all of our programs. And we ensure access and opportunities to all scholars and artists who demonstrate excellence in the love of learning. But what do we do to follow these core values? One of the first things is recognizing excellence within our membership and our new initiates. Excellence, in the society's terms, is determined through our highly selective initiation process. New members must meet the basic eligibility requirements of the national organization, but they must also be invited by a local chapter. We also celebrate excellence through the hundreds of initiation ceremonies that are held throughout the year at campuses across the country and through our various award programs, which I will speak more about in just a little bit. Another way that we follow our core values is through service and leadership. Service to the society's mission can be seen throughout our membership through our volunteers that choose to serve as chapter officers and as representatives of the society on campuses. And Phi Kappa Phi also provides opportunities for various service initiatives through programs such as our Fall Service Project and awards like our literacy grants, which mobilize grant winners to take on different literacy initiatives. By nature of our membership, leadership is a skill that's deeply ingrained in every year's class of new initiates and our membership as a whole. Phi Kappa Phi champions future leaders by providing opportunities for our membership and resources through our student vice president officer roles. We have the PKP Council of Students, and we have various grants, awards, and study abroad programs. And here are our awards and scholarships that are awarded annually and biennially. Um, And beside each one, you can see how many awards are available to be given each year. Through the Society's awards and grants programs, Phi Kappa Phi has supported educational pursuits of our members since 1932. And today, Phi Kappa Phi awards more than $1 million every year in awards and scholarships to member students, faculty, staff, alumni, and chapters. We also follow the core values of the society by ensuring access and opportunities for all that demonstrate excellence and a love of learning. To break down barriers to entry, Phi Kappa Phi launched the Student Opportunity Fund this past spring, and it was initiated as a pilot program in spring 2025 to provide membership access to eligible invitees facing financial need. Through this program, Phi Kappa Phi covers the national cost of a minimum of two memberships per chapter annually. In total, this comes to 588 free memberships for a grand total of $50,000 per year that national covers. Selection for these memberships is made by each chapter that chooses to participate in the Student Opportunity Fund program, and the chapter must agree to waive all chapter-related join fees for these members. Another way that we have that the society recognizes excellence and provides opportunities is through our national virtual initiation ceremonies. The national virtual ceremonies began as a way to recognize and provide a ceremony experience to those initiates unable to attend their chapter's in-person ceremony for any reason. The first of these ceremonies was held in fall 2025, and now, based on the number of registrations we get each semester, the Phi Kappa Phi National Office holds at least one national virtual ceremony, at least one every fall and spring term. The ceremony runs approximately 30 minutes maximum, and initiates are greeted by our Phi Kappa Phi Executive Director and CEO, Bradley Newcomer, and addressed by the Society's Board President, Sharonda Rush. Participants also get to see their name displayed during the ceremony if they sign up to participate by the registration deadline. And we have already scheduled the next National Virtual Initiation Ceremony. It is set for January 11th, 2026, and this will be for all summer and fall 2025 new initiates. And as a society, why do we do all this? And the simple answer is the love of learning. Phi Kappa Phi recognizes excellence across all academic disciplines. The society's motto, let the love of learning rule humanity, is integral in everything that we do. And that is shown through the fact that we recognize all academic disciplines. We are also highly selective society, and membership is by invitation only and requires nomination by a chapter according to national eligibility requirements. And here are some more photos from some initiation ceremonies that were held in the last year. And how are we able to do all this? And the answer to that is our chapter officers. Our chapter officers really are our boots on the ground at our campuses across the country. Chapter officers serve as our leaders and representatives at over 300 campuses in the United States, its territories, and the Philippines. Chapter officers all serve in a volunteer capacity, using their own time and energy to grow their own chapter, serve the society's mission and motto, and embody the core values of Phi Kappa Phi. And here we see some of our chapter officers from the last year. This bottom one may be from the year prior, but there's a picture of an initiation ceremony being held, and then some of our chapter officers participating in community service projects. So, what do officers do for us? Our officers serve their campus community and Phi Kappa Phi by recruiting and inviting eligible members that are on their campus. This can include eligible students, faculty, staff, alumni, and community members that all demonstrate excellence and a love of learning. Our chapter officers also plan and host their own initiation ceremonies on campus. They grow and maintain visibility on campus, and they demonstrate and recognize excellence and the love of learning at at their at their school. Each chapter opens enrollment at least once annually to invite new members to join Phi Kappa Phi. Most of our chapters prefer a spring enrollment. However, we also have chapters that open their enrollments in fall, summer, winter, or even multiple semesters throughout the academic year. All chapters are encouraged to hold at least one initiation ceremony a year. However, we know that holding an annual ceremony can be too much for some chapters, and we do offer several national virtual ceremonies throughout the year that chapters can participate in instead. Since the majority of our chapters do hold in-person ceremonies, and sometimes more than once a year, there are hundreds of Phi Kappa Phi initiation ceremonies taking place across the country at any given moment throughout the year. Chapter officers are responsible for planning and hosting their ceremonies, and they really work hard to emphasize the distinction of Phi Kappa Phi membership, but also celebrate the excellence of every new member during each initiation ceremony. And here are some pictures of some more of our initiation ceremonies that were put on in the last year. At the national office, we really do love seeing pictures of our ceremonies, our new members, and just getting to see the hard work and dedication that our chapter officers put into every ceremony. Chapter officers also host and participate in chapter activities throughout the year. We have had chapters host social events, game nights, lecture series, and more. Some chapter officers also participate in on-campus events and community service initiatives representing Phi Kappa Phi. We do encourage chapters to participate in some of Phi Kappa Phi's programs, such as the Fall Service Project, which is an initiative of the PKP Council of Students. The Fall Service Project encourages chapters to participate, plan, and execute a local service project that focuses on a need in their community or on campus. Registration for the Fall Service Project is actually open now. So if this is something that you're interested in or interested taking back to your chapter, definitely check out our website to get some more information on that. Phi Kappa Phi Week is another event that is sponsored by the Council of Students. PKP Week always falls in the first week of February and is an event to promote the society. Chapters are encouraged to celebrate and recognize member achievements during this week and host chapter activities to increase the society's visibility and awareness on campus. This coming year, PKP Week will take place February 2nd through 6th of 2026. Our chapter officers also work to grow and maintain visibility on campus. Many chapters try to set up a display in a prominent area on campus. And chapter officers also grow visibility by celebrating the achievements of their new members and existing members in initiation ceremonies, campus newspaper columns, that sort of thing, and just representing PKP at campus events. And here are a few photos of some displays that have been done and sent to us. It's always a good way to let students at the university know that there is a chapter on campus and just know a little bit more about the society, so they recognize the name before they get that invitation. So our job on the chapter relations team is to support our chapter officers. We are always looking for new ways to assist our officers and our chapters, and really just to take the burden off of our chapter officers. We appreciate any feedback that our officers give us, as it helps us know how we can best support you and your chapter. And here are some ways that we're able to do that. Your main resource will definitely be the Phi Kappa Phi National Office. And here is a picture of our national office. We are located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. In case you couldn't tell by my accent, we're in Louisiana. And we are available to meet with you virtually, to chat, to talk on the phone, email back and forth, really just any way we can communicate, connect with you to address any questions and concerns that you may have at any time. Um, we are also here to help with anything we can from the entire enrollment and initiation process. We also help with facilitating electronic and print invitations. And this is based off of the chapter's preference of which invitation process they'd like to do, and also the school's FERPA guidelines. We can also help in managing chapter finances. This is something that our Director of Finance, Suzanne Borders, will talk more about in our chapter officer trainings. But we have an excellent chapter funds management program that really takes the burden off of managing chapter finances off of our chapter officers. We are here to answer any of your awards and scholarship questions, marketing requests, and everything else in between. Um, I always say that contact me if I don't know the answer, I'll find the person who does. And that is true of all of us. Feel free to reach out to us, and if we don't know the answer, we'll find the person and we'll get you connected to them. So if you need assistance, emailing your chapter relations contact, either myself, Casey, or Chip, is always good. But if you're not sure who your chapter relations contact person is, or where to go, you can always email chapters at phikappaphi.org. And we all have access to that email address and we check it daily. And we'll get back to you as soon as possible. We also have online resources to assist chapter officers. The Chapter Officer Toolkit is a hub of useful information for our officers. Um, in the toolkit, you can find how-to guides, all of our past training archives, templates for different PowerPoints, letters you may have, even placeholder certificates for your ceremonies, marketing materials, initiation and invitation resources, and much more. PKP also provides an open forum online community for officers called Link. And this is a great tool for our officers to connect with one another, to share their experiences, resources, and just network. And as I mentioned earlier, we do have some chapter officer trainings coming up starting next week, and there will be door prizes at both of them. So keep that in mind. And so these trainings will be on Tuesday, September 16th at 1 p.m. Central Time and Wednesday, September 24th at 1 p.m. Central Time. They're the same. They're going to be the same training, so don't feel like you need to attend both of them. But if you want two chances to win a door prize, feel free to attend both of them. And you can also find all of our past trainings that we record in the training archives that's in the toolkit. When we have the officer trainings, we're going to be covering fall enrollment, eligibility, invitation options, using the Nimble system. Suzanne will be talking about finance and have time for question and answer. And we will also be having more chapter officer trainings in the spring. So if you're planning for a spring enrollment, and want to wait till then, just know that these are not the only chapter officer trainings. We will have more in spring. And then beginning in October, we will be holding our student info session series. So if you have any students with questions or who want to know more about PKP, please encourage them to register for one of these dates. And finally, we want to say thank you to all of our chapter officers. We really do appreciate all that you do for our organization. And we know the time and energy that goes into serving a chapter in a leadership position. And your hard work does not go unnoticed by the Phi Kappa Phi National Office. And in just a minute, I will open up the session to questions. That's the end of my presentation. But first, I do want to say again, please feel free to contact us if you have any questions. We will answer some questions here in a little bit, but if you think of something later or, a month down the line, that's what we're here to do, is support you. Like I said, if you are not sure who your chapter contact is, you can ask us in the chat, but you can also get a hold of us at chapters@phikappa.phi.org. And if you have any finance questions, you can reach out to Suzanne Borders at sborders@phikappa.phi.org. If you can't remember her email address, again, you can reach out to us and we'll get you in contact with her. Um, Now, I think, are we ready to announce our door prize winner for today's session?
We are. It is Heather Carter at Winthrop University.
Yay, Heather.
So we'll
Um,
get in touch with you to get mailing information and everything.
yeah, absolutely. Congratulations, Heather. Thank you for t attending today.
Fun.
So I'm going to